Good morning, students. In your previous class, already you learned about how to represent rational numbers on the number line through successive magnification. Today we will discuss about operations on real numbers. So, operations on real numbers. So already in your previous class you learned about rational numbers, what are the properties they satisfy. That means whether rational numbers are closed under all four fundamental operations: addition, subtraction, multiplication and division, or commutative, associative. All those properties you learned in your previous class. Now we will discuss about those properties for irrational numbers. Now we will discuss about whether irrational numbers satisfies closure property under four fundamental operations. What are four fundamental operations? Addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. So whether irrational numbers represents closure property under these four fundamental operations or not. Suppose if you are taking any two irrational numbers, suppose if I am taking two irrational numbers, root 5 plus minus root 5. So bracket means into plus of minus, root 5 minus root 5, same quantity you get 0. So sum of two irrational numbers is a rational number. Similarly, if you are taken two dissimilar rational numbers, root 5 plus root, if these two are not same, so we can't add these two because these are not similar. So root 5 plus root 3 is, again you can write root 5 plus root 3. Root 5 is irrational, root 3 is irrational. Sum of these two also irrational. So what is the closure property under addition? The sum of any two irrational numbers, is also irrational number. But here when you are taking these two irrational numbers, sum of these two equal to irrational. But when you observe these two, sum of these two you are getting rational. That's why you can't say irrational numbers satisfies closure property under addition. So under addition lo closure property irrational numbers satisfy chestayani cheptanu. Why? Because here it satisfies. If you are taking another example, it does not satisfy. So irrational numbers may or may not satisfy closure property under addition. So some examples it may, some examples it may not. Similarly subtraction also. For subtraction also you can take same examples. Root 5 minus root 5, 0, rational number. But root 5 minus root 3, you will get root 5 minus root 3, which is irrational. So difference of two irrational numbers is irrational here, but difference of two irrational numbers is not irrational here. So by these examples you can say irrational numbers does not satisfy closure property under subtraction. Next, under multiplication. So root 5 into root 5, you will get square root of 5 into 5, 25, root 25. Root 25 equal to 5. Because 25 is a perfect square number, so square root of 25 is 5, which is rational. So when you multiply another irrational numbers, root 5 into root 2, you will get square root of 5 into 2, 10. Root 10 is not a perfect square number, it is irrational. So product of two irrational numbers is irrational, then we can say it satisfies closure property under multiplication. But here product of two irrational numbers is irrational, but when we observe this example, product of two irrational numbers we are getting rational number. So that's why irrational numbers does not satisfy closure property under multiplication also. It may satisfy, it may not. So sometimes it may satisfy, sometimes it may not. So that's why you can't say whether this irrational number satisfies closure property under multiplication. Similarly under division. Same examples if you are taken root 5 divided by root 5. You will get root 5 by root 5. Root 5 gets cancelled 1 rational. But when you dividing with another irrational, root 5 by root 3, you will get square root of y by 3, which is irrational. So when you dividing two irrationals, you are getting irrational. By using this example, you can say it satisfies closure property under division. But root 5 divided by root 5, you will get 1, which is rational. By using this example, you can't say it does not, we can say it does not satisfy closure property under multiplication. So in this way you can check here irrational numbers does not satisfy closure property under 4 fundamental operations. So we can say irrational number may or may not satisfy closure property under all 4 fundamental operations. So they may ask the questions like this: whether irrational number satisfies closure property under addition, explain అని అడగొచ్చు వాళ్ళు. సో ఇర్రేషనల్ నెంబర్స్ క్లోజర్ ప్రాపర్టీ అండర్ అడిషన్ సాటిస్ఫై చేస్తాయా చేయవా? ఒకవేళ చేస్తే ఏదైనా ఎగ్జాంపుల్తో ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేయమంటారు. చెయ్యకపోతే మనల్ని కన్క్లూజన్ ఇవ్వమంటారు అనమాట. సపోజ్ క్వశ్చన్ ఇలా అడిగారు అనుకోండి, ఇర్రేషనల్ నెంబర్స్ సాటిస్ఫైస్ క్లోజర్ ప్రాపర్టీ అండర్ అడిషన్, ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ విత్ అన్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ అని అన్నారు అనుకోండి. సో అక్కడ ఆ స్టేట్మెంట్ ట్రూ అని మనం కన్క్లూడ్ చేసాం అనుకోండి. ట్రూ అని కన్క్లూడ్ చేస్తే ఈ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ రాయాలి. ఆ స్టేట్మెంట్ అసలు ఫాల్స్ అని చెప్పామనుకున్నాం. ఈ ఇర్రేషనల్ నెంబర్స్ క్లోజర్ ప్రాపర్టీ అండర్ అడిషన్ సాటిస్ఫై చేయదు అని చెప్పాలనుకున్నాము. యూ కెన్ రైట్ దిస్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ అండ్ యూ కెన్ సే ఇర్రేషనల్ నెంబర్స్ డస్ నాట్ సాటిస్ఫై క్లోజర్ ప్రాపర్టీ అండర్ అడిషన్. Similarly for subtraction, multiplication, division also you can write like this. సో ఇచ్చిన స్టేట్మెంట్ మనం రాంగ్ అని చెప్పదలుచుకుంటే రాంగ్ అయ్యేలాగా ఎగ్జాంపుల్ రాయాలి. ఒకవేళ ట్రూ అని చెప్పదలుచుకుంటే ట్రూ అయ్యేలాగా ఎగ్జాంపుల్ రాయాలి. బికాస్ దీస్ ఇర్రేషనల్ నెంబర్స్ బై యూజింగ్ సమ్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్స్ యూ కెన్ సే దీస్ సాటిస్ఫైస్ దీస్ ప్రాపర్టీస్. బై యూజింగ్ అనదర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్స్ యూ కెన్ సే దిస్ డస్ నాట్ సాటిస్ఫైస్ దీస్ 4 fundamental operations. By using closure property, under closure property, these 4 fundamental operations does not satisfy. Based on these irrational numbers, they gave some properties here. Already you know these properties in your previous classes. Root a into root b equal to, both are having common root. You have to write common root a into b, ab. Next, root a divided by root b equal to, both are having common root, root a by b. Next, here the denominator is always not equal to 0. Next property, root a plus root b into root a minus root b equal to a minus b. A plus root b into a minus root b equal to a square minus b. Root a plus root b whole square equal to a plus 2 root ab plus b. A plus b whole square formula. Root a whole square means a you will get, root b whole square means b you will get, 2 into root a into root b, 2 root a b you will get. Next, root a plus root b into root c plus root d equal to root ac plus root ad plus root bc plus root b. So these are the some properties we have by using the irrational numbers. Product of two irrational numbers, root a into root b equal to square root of ab, root a by root b equal to root of a by b, where denominator not equal to 0. Why you are taking this condition means if the denominator is 0, it does not exist. root a plus root b into root a minus root b equal to a minus b. A plus root b into a minus root b equal to a square minus b. Root a plus root b whole square equal to a plus 2 root a b plus b. Root a plus root b into root c plus root d equal to root ac plus root ad plus root bc plus root b. Page number 19, example 15 problem. Simplify the following expressions. Example 15, page number 19. Simplify the following expressions. First one, 3 plus root 3 into 2 plus root 2. 3 plus root 3 into 2 plus root 2. Second one, 2 plus root 3 into 2 minus root 3. Third one, root 5 plus root 2 whole square. Root 5 plus root 2 whole square. Fourth one, root 5 minus root 2 into root 5 minus root 2 into root 5 plus root 2. So this is the problem they give. Simplify the following expressions. Problem, 3 plus root 3 into 2 plus root 2. Now multiplying, this is the expression having two terms, that's why it is binomial. This is also an expression having two terms, this is also binomial. Already we learned in your previous class in algebra how to multiply any two binomials. So first term of the binomial you have to multiply with second binomial. Similarly, second term of the binomial you have to multiply with second binomial. Now 3 into 2, 6 plus 3 into root 2, 3 root 2 plus root 3 into 2, 2 root 3 plus root 3 into root 2, root 6. So this is the simplest form of this expression. Next, second one, 2 plus root 3 into 2 minus root 3. Already previously I told those formulas based on these irrational numbers. So this is in the form of a plus root b into a minus root b. What is a plus root b into a minus root b? A square minus b. Similarly, 2 plus root 3 into 2 minus root 3 equal to a plus root b into a minus root b equal to a square minus b. Similarly, 2 plus root 3 into 2 minus root 3, 2 square minus 3. What is 2 square value? 4. 4 minus 3, 1. Next, third one, root 5 plus root 2 whole square. So this algebraic expression is in the form of root a plus root b whole square. We know that root a plus root b whole square is a plus 2 root ab plus b. So in place of a here 5 is there, in place of b 2 is there. So we can write 5 plus 2 root ab means 5 into 2 plus b means 2. Now these two are same quantities. So 5 plus 2, 7 plus 2 into root of 5 into 2, 10. So 7 plus 2 root 10. Next, fourth one, root 5 plus root 2 into root 5 minus root 2. So when you observe these expressions, these are also in the form of root a plus root b into root a minus root b We know that root a plus root b into root a minus root b is a minus b. Similarly, by substituting these values here, root 5 plus root 2 into root 5 minus root 2 is, in place of a 5 is there, in place of b 2 is there. So in place of a and b I have to substitute 5 and 2. 5 minus 2, which is equal to 3. So using those formulas, we can simplify these expressions in this way. So here this is in the form of a plus b into c plus d. We are multiplying in this way. Next one, this one is in the form of a plus root b into a minus b. By using this identity, we are simplifying this expression. Here by using this identity, we are simplifying this expression. Here by using the identity root a plus root b into root a minus root b equal to a minus b, we are simplifying this problem.